Jen Decker here with another edition of
Hi, Jen.
Top 5. This week's Dynamite was our go-home episode for our upcoming 2-week event, Fighter Fest. The stakes were raised and the stage is set to be one of the hottest fight cards of the summer.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to y'all, we were trending worldwide all night.
Of course you were.
Which moments made your AEW Top 5? Let's count them down, shall we? Kicking us off at number 5, since winning the TNT Championship title, the American Nightmare Cody has taken on the grueling task of defending the belt week in and week out on television. This feat alone shows just how determined Cody is to keep up the momentum he's had, since proving he could take on the big match.
Yeah, dude, this past week just had that
his toughest opponent since
press
winning
conference.
the title, Inner Circle.
If you can call it a press conference.
Last Wednesday night, after some questions from the press, Hager finally graced us with his presence, and the two met face-to-face for a brief press conference on their upcoming match.
I know I go by the American Nightmare, but I still very much believe in the American dream, and that's hope.
When Cody,
I know I don't have the best.
the more Cody talks, you hear that pronounced lisp that he has.
It doesn't sit well.
That's why people have a problem with him when he does promos.
Wrestling has seriously fed me as long as I've been alive. I don't like meta wrestling. I don't like play wrestling. I don't like cosplay wrestling. I like professional wrestling. I like to fight. I like the taste of my own blood. I like the feeling of a man's kneecap between my legs when you slap on the figure four. And that's a selfish feeling. That's an indulgence, but it's not compared. It pales in comparison to the feeling a viewer has at home.
He's talking like I just think to myself, if you will. You know how his dad would say that.
Another aspect of hope is right there. Little Ruth here. This title. It's not even complete. It's public knowledge. This isn't the finished championship belt, but that's the title. That's the title that was featured in the tournament that led us through the fog that was this pandemic and the onset of it and losing our fans. This doesn't even have the silver plating. It doesn't have the nickel plating. It's an incomplete but beautiful situation. We can start.
Hager's wife is something to look at, but boy, she doesn't know how to. I don't know what was worse, her or Randy Orton's wife. I don't know if that was his real wife, but she didn't know how to act for crap. And her is just like, I'm pretty. I'll just stand right here, and I'll just, without any kind of reasoning, throw water in Cody's face and make it look all awkward and everything. I don't know why he goes on there and goes, ready? He'd been there. They were there for like 10 minutes before he showed up.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's not now.
Kind of have that feel of a UFC thing. This right here was just so like, okay.
Hey, get her off the stage now! Get her off the stage!
She did that to Brandy, okay.
We're done. Thank you guys. We're done.
Look at her. I don't know where am I supposed to go, Jake? Oh, I'm supposed to go off stage. Okay. Like,
man, Cody is single-handedly keeping his dry cleaner in business these days with the amount of abuse his suits take. Besides, I thought they rope off the splash zones, right? Coming in at number 4, things reached a boil Wednesday night between the current AEW Women's Champion Hikaru Shida and super bad girl Penelope Ford. After Shida's victory over Red Velvet, the two
Shida comes on stage and she's just like distracted right away by Penelope. It's like she's like,
she got hit with the high knee and now
you know,
the Falcon Arrow. She's done the deal. 1, 2.
She didn't waste her time. He goes off and then boom. Boy, that's the most aggressive I've ever seen. You know, right away. You know, you tell she just cannot stand Penelope Ford. And oosh. He broke his glasses too.
Keeping up the attack on Penelope. This is just pure pandemonium here. Can you imagine what it's going to be like, though?
The old boy is, man. Make sure he keeps his space. He doesn't hold her or anything like that. He's like that, you know. Hands off.
She's one of the hottest in AEW right now. Look at Sabian. Sabian lost a lens there. He sure did.
Lucky he didn't lose an
I
eye.
think Ricky Starks might have lost a tooth, too.
Calm down.
Trying to get her to calm down. They started it anyway.
Yeah, Penelope Ford and Sabian started this whole daggum peeing contest.
Listen, I'm
like the
all
word.
about receipts. And what I was saying long before Double or Nothing is that Penelope Ford has been long overlooked in the women's division and was due for a breakout. Now with her
I don't know about
Imperial magic
long
body
overlooked. It's
best
just the fact that she had
expected
to
for all
find her
stops,
spot.
continued with that
She
title
finally
around her
did.
waist.
She got a pin on
Moving
what call it.
The boys
So,
from SoCal were no match for FTR, who were seemingly ready to take on anyone in the AEW tag team division. After the match, they were confronted by Butcher and the Blade, who had commandeered their sweet Ford truck. They issued a challenge to FTR for an 8-man tag match against them and the Lucha Brothers, who made their long-awaited return to Dynamite this week. But to have any shot at winning, Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood will have to join forces with the men they've exchanged shots with on the internet for the last 2
how many
years.
times has that
That's right.
been done?
Bucks.
They're just going to set up a situation where
Cash and myself, we weren't a welcome
let me
addition
see.
here to the
It's going to be a
AEW
misunderstanding
tag
on
team
the
roster.
team, and then they're going to heat it up.
Hey,
You're going to get heated up even more.
It's
Their
okay,
rivalry.
It's okay
It's like,
because there
know.
are good guys and in this world, as you know, there are bad guys. And I understand that we're only scratching the surface of 5'10", and JR, we might not have the athletic background you like, but good guys and bad guys, we are the absolute baddest. So now I'm talking straight to you. I'm talking straight to you, Jungle Boy, and your dumbass dinosaur. I'm talking to Santana and Ortiz. I'm talking to the AEW Tag Team Champions. And on top of the list, I'm talking to Nick and Matt. I'm talking to you, Young Bucks. Congratulations. Congratulations, you graduated from the kiddie table. But now you're eating with the big boys. You're eating with the big boys, and when it comes to FTR, y'all bit off a little more than you can chew. Because we talk heavy, we hit hard, and we are the absolute best tag team on this planet.
FTR.
Hey boys! Hey boys, we're over here! Hey! Hey guys, it's us, the Butcher and the Blade! Hey guys, this is a great truck, man! Butch, we've been looking for a new meat wagon. I think this fits the bill, man.
No,
I think
man.
This is it.
The Blade kind of showing that he has some promo skills. You know, he can talk. You know.
Hey, if you guys take one more step towards us, I'll have the Butcher rip this truck in half!
Do you see behind him?
Now listen,
Lucha Bros.
I know you guys are excited for your little dream match with the Young Bucks. We're challenging you to an 8-man tag at Fyter Fest. The whole lot of you, FTR and the Young Bucks, versus the Butcher and the Blade and our partners, who have no fear. You're on!
Pentagon Jr. Ray Phoenix returning to AEW, and now
That was always my problem with the Lucha Bros.
breaking
That
down between the Lucha Bros and FTR. Tag team has just gotten even stronger.
Pentagon Jr. would always do that thing
For an 8-man tag
every
at
time.
Fyter Fest.
How many times he does that in a match?
Bros, hey,
It's like
welcome to
I put that on par with
many of us here at AEW. They're
with,
absolutely amazing. And look at
the Young
that.
Bucks always doing a super kick.
The
A match.
package
Every other
power
move
driver
is a super
diving
kick.
Foot stomp combination. And now the Young Bucks.
And there go the Lucha Bros.
Now, why not have the
No
Young
shortage of
Bucks
history
like
between the Young Bucks
come
and
to the
Lucha
ring but
Brothers.
stand outside, and not try to? But because last week weren't they all in their face? Now they're because we're partners, tag team partners. We have to make sure. Are you okay?
The Lucha Bros
Are you
and
know?
Butcher and Blade have commandeered
Consistency.
FTR's truck.
You know. Don't postpone the inevitable. That we know that they're gonna have a misunderstanding during that
It's like
8-man
they
tag,
say, the enemy of my
and then it's
enemy
gonna
is
make them even
my
more
friend.
want to beat each other up in the
Regardless,
ring.
this 8-man tag match has all the makings of a showcase, proving once again AEW's tag team division is
I think that's a prerequisite,
one
huh?
of the
That these
strongest
hosts like that have to
in
be
pro
comedians
wrestling.
because she's a comic, she's a
Spending the greater
comedian.
portion of last Wednesday in a
Always, I don't know what it is.
Dr.
Maybe
Baker
they're
was
better
taking
talkers.
Absolutely no chances
Maybe.
when it came to her own personal safety this week, going so far as to lock herself behind a plexiglass wall. But that didn't stop Big Swole from taking out the trash for a second week in a row, or from being your number 2 moment of the week.
Thank you. We are doing
I like
something
that.
here.
Going
She,
between that
says
go
she can
between,
tell-
you know, I mean that banter between
Yes, she does. Does she care?
Britt Baker and
She is
Tony
really
Giovanni.
close, so I have to do this. Yeah, I got it.
That's all in a plexiglass.
You read it.
Okay, this is to Big Swole.
Yeah.
And this is from Britt Baker. I might have been in a dumpster for 9.5 to 10 hours, but you're still the biggest piece of trash on this roster.
What? Come on.
I'll have my big
You know what?
revenge, Big Swole.
I'm thinking about it.
Thank you.
Did she get
That was
during
from her.
during the show last week? She got put in the there 9 hours later, or was that like a time lapse when they showed it next week or something like that?
You're coming over to where the star
Maybe she's just
power is.
exaggerating. She wants to
But
make it
guess
more
what? There's
dramatic than
nothing
it.
you can do this time. There's nothing you can do. What? Oh, I can't hear you. It's soundproof. It's soundproof. I can't hear a thing. I don't know what you're saying. Cheers, baby.
Yeah. It's pretty unfortunate, man, that Swole
You can't
is
touch
getting more
me.
TV time than her husband Cedric Alexander in WWE.
Bye-bye.
You know what I mean? That's sad.
Go steal someone else.
Good for her.
Yeah, I know.
She's a good talent, man. She's somebody that they need to
Disrespectful.
you know, show more because she's very talented. I love her style. I like her style. I like the way she wrestles. I like her attitude. Personality is great.
But now,
Division.
What the heck?
I am a rope.
Oh my God! The garbage.
trapped in a glass cage of garbage.
I smell it.
What the hell's she doing with that
Finally,
thing?
to say things have gotten a little contentious between Orange Cassidy and Chris Jericho would be a vast understatement, and Wednesday night proved to be no exception. Orange Cassidy got underneath Jericho's skin, delivering some lethal strikes to the shin with his hands in his pockets, to which Le Champion
Yeah, I can see why
ripping OC's ravens
why
off
everybody
his
loves,
face and shredding them to
you know,
pieces.
Orange Cassidy.
Go at it
You
through the
know,
arena
at
with
first I was like,
Cassidy doing a
who's this
gnarly
clown?
jump.
Who's this guy, dude? It's
But
like,
Cassidy
then he just
blustered
kind
right
of,
his favorite right
you know,
here, according to his best
he just grows
friends,
on you.
battled
sort of,
through his injuries to put Jericho through a table.
they're pretty good
And you guys
feud
loved
here,
every
you know,
minute
with
of the
them two.
action because you
Unlikely,
guys were
but then
the
it's
number
like it
one
works,
moment
you
of
know.
the week.
There's no question about that. Look at this, man. Cassidy
Oh.
is fighting
So in this thing, his ear bled again.
Orange Cassidy.
Does he have a problem with blood in his ear, or is that like,
Oh, Jericho.
you know what I mean? Like,
The backhand on
does he have some kind of an issue there, and then blood's always coming out of his ear when he gets beat up?
This is back. He's taking it.
Happened last time, it happened again today, this time.
And just think these two men are
And
going to fight. And fight
Orange Cassidy just, you know, he just shrugged it off like it was nothing. You know?
Jericho with that clubbing shot on Cassidy.
If that was like realistic or
Sent him
real
into the
life,
barricades once again.
you have to go to a doctor and something has to, maybe he'd be stopped
I don't
from
know
wrestling
how
and
these men
shit.
are going to wait until July 8th.
Oh, no, don't do that. Oh, no!
Jericho swung the jib into the face of Cassidy. And now documenting his
I
hand.
honestly think Jericho's gonna wrestle till he's 70,
On camera 12.
Exactly.
and he can. He actually can continue
Jericho's found a
going.
measure of retribution.
What's he around? He's right around the corner from 50 now, or if he's not 50 already.
Well, he said you better
He's
not
like
do
48. I don't think he's
that
50
kick
yet,
to my
but
shins, and he did exactly what
he's
Jericho
approaching.
warned him not to do.
What's that age?
And look at this now, Jericho. He's got
Oh, God.
I think Orange Cassidy's in the late 20s, maybe.
got
Like that.
Cassidy up on that crate. But Cassidy, escapes. And
Oh, man. Oh, right across the railing.
Damn.
The
Look at
railing
the
didn't
blood in
settle
his
a damn
ears.
thing. Jericho's in trouble.
Oh, and Cassidy's bleeding.
All over his
Profusely
shirt
from his
too.
right ear.
but Jericho's face has just been
Jeez.
slammed into that railing repeatedly.
I think that jib caught him
Mm-hmm.
that time on the ear.
Where's Orange headed? We're damn near out of time here.
Look at his face. Look at that demeanor. Have we ever seen that look from Orange Cassidy?
Orange Cassidy.
Boom. Love how he took that.
Went right through a table.
He took that thing and fell back.
Leaping Superman shot.
That
from
Superman
Orange
punch, man, from
Cassidy.
Hey, bleeding
Orange Cassidy,
Orange
man, is
sends
the best.
Jericho right through a table.
And the
right
blood
to the
kind of gives some good color to his
These
shirt.
two men will fight. They'll fight each other on night 2 of Fyter Fest.
There you have it, guys. Your top 5 moments of AEW.
Pretty good. I like the
Dynamite,
moments
as
there. I
voted
like the
on by
5
your
moments.
fans. Don't see your favorite moment here? Don't sweat it.
Actually, I
It's always
did.
Next week. Be sure and tune in next Wednesday, July 1st, for the first night of our
Yep.
2-night event, Fyter Fest, with a card featuring Kenny Omega and Hangman Page versus Best Friends.
We got a good card.
Tag team titles.
Very, very good
Plus,
card for both
AEW
nights.
Women's Champion Shida will put her title on the line against Superbad
Shida.
Penelope Sienna. And finally, for the TNT show,
Who knows? She might drop the
Rose
title.
against Jake Hager, in what's sure
Who
to
knows?
be a battle of the ages. That's all coming up next Wednesday and much, much more. Again, that's July 1st and a completely free to fans and only on TNT.
Looks like NXT is trying to compete with AEW in the sense that they're doing their Great American Bash thing, and they're doing it on the 1st and on the 8th of July. So, hey, what better way? See what which brand or which organization is putting out the best content, right? Between the NXT and AEW. But before I finish my video, I'm going to give my thoughts on the situation in regards to the hashtag Speaking Out movement. A lot of wrestlers are getting called out. They're getting fired, suspended. Whole lot of crap going on in regards to that. We should never, ever have a place really in anything, entertainment, sports, you know, politics, whatever. That type of behavior should never exist. Seems like it's really a completely out of control, you know, situation happening in wrestling right now. Joey Ryan, you know, he was an Impact, no more. You got Jack Gallagher, was fired from WWE. You got others who are under, they're like investigating the situation with Matt Riddle. And of course, the biggest one, an AEW, one of the top AEW superstars and a member of the Inner Circle who's been fired from, AEW, or is it suspended indefinitely? I believe he's been definitely gone from AEW, and that is Sammy Guevara. It's been pretty much based on comments he made. Was that in 2012, where he said he wanted to rape Sasha Banks? I read the tweet, and I'm not condoning what he said, because whether you say it or you do it, rape ain't no joke. You know what I mean? It's nothing to be talked lightly about. It's a serious thing. And for him to say that about Sasha Banks, now, if I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, it's because he was just saying it because he was being an idiot. He was being braggadocious, as young guys do. When they see a hot chick or a girl or a woman, they pretty much, instead of keeping it in their brain, in their head, where it will stay safe and no one's going to hear it, they let it go out of their mouth. Now, he apologized to Sasha, and he and Sasha had conversation, and she forgave him. But that doesn't take away from the fact that he said it. And he probably didn't mean anything bad by it, but the fact that he said it, there's some meaning behind that, because it's something that, he wanted to do, or he said he wanted to do. But in the culture we live in, this, atmosphere we live in, you can't be saying stuff like that. You say something, especially if you're in the spotlight, or if you're famous like Sammy Guevara, or whoever you are, it's going to come out. People are going to find that, and they're going to call you out on it, and they're going to hold you accountable. And of course, he has this long apology, a full apology on his YouTube channel. I mean, he apologized on Twitter. And, the guy was somebody who was really a rising star in AEW. Also in AAA. He's in other, independent promotions. I'm not sure where, but I know him from AEW. And I knew that he was their, I believe they were cruiserweight champion in AAA or whatever federation. I believe it was at AAA. But, for him to say what he said, and he may not have meant it like literally, because guys his age, he was what, 19 maybe at that time, and they talk out their ass, and they are all braggadocious and what they want to do, this and that, and they don't have no filter. But in the position he's in, you better have a damn filter. You better keep that crap in your head. Just look at Sasha Banks from afar, and in your head you're thinking that, but your mouth don't say nothing. even if you're with your boys, even if you're and he's being videotaped and all that. You know, you gotta be careful. That's just what. That's just the thing, man. When this day and age, sometimes it doesn't pay to be famous or be popular. Have a big following on Twitter. Whatever you say is under a microscope. Social media is like all over people, from the littlest account to the biggest one. They're looking at you. They're looking at what you're saying. The people that aren't famous aren't going to get hit as hard. But if you're out there and you got like hundreds and thousands of followers, up to millions, better be careful what you say because it'll bite you in the ass. When they say karma's a bitch, that ain't no joke. It'll come around and bite you, take a big ass chunk out of that butt of yours. But I hope he gets back on his feet. The thing about it is that hey, it's not up to us to forgive him. Sasha Banks it's up to her to forgive him, and she did. So we'll see what happens with that, and that's pretty much how I'm going to end this video. For those of you who stopped by to check out my reaction to the top 5 AEW moments, and AEW was great this week, but it did get beat by NXT. So let's see what happens next week in the ratings. But like I said, that's my video. And for those of you who stopped by and checked it out, I appreciate it. And in closing, as always, take care. Please remember to subscribe, click like, and click the bell icon for all notifications on this channel.